my name is Curci, and this is the review for Titanfall. This game is some of the most fun I've ever had in a first-person shooter. It is clear that the masterminds behind this awesome game know exactly what they're doing. Titanfall is a multiplayer-only game exclusive to Microsoft platforms, but it is also a game that must be experienced by all. The game starts you off in a very easy to understand tutorial that I recommend newcomers experience so that they understand the unique mechanics that come with Titanfall. Those unique mechanics are the parkour movements of the pilot and the Titan controls. As a pilot, what Titanfall calls human players, you have the well-designed ability to navigate the field by wall running, double jumping, and hanging. These movements, once you get the hang of them, are extremely smooth and an awesome way of getting around. A skilled pilot can also use these abilities to take advantage of opponents during battle. You also have the tactical abilities such as cloaking, which doesn't make you 100% invisible, but will still allow you to sneak up on Titans and pilots not paying attention. There are a few weapons for a pilot to use in this game, 10 primary weapons, 3 sidearms, and 4 anti-Titan weapons, all of which are well-designed weapons that can complement almost every type of player. That is also one of the pluses of Titanfall. Basically all types of players can thrive in this game, with that one type being completely in control at all times, and the verticality of each map can really provide an awesome playground for pilots to take advantage of. The maps of the game are also another positive, as they are bigger than a typical Call of Duty map, but not as big as a Battlefield map. All 15 maps seem to tell their own unique story, and are well designed as there is a place for snipers, running gunners, shotgunners, you name it. While some maps do tend to favor one type over the other, the abilities every pilot has can easily adapt if a pesky sniper is picking off you and your comrades. Now for the thing that makes Titanfall Titanfall: the Titans. Being in the Titan is a whole different experience than as a pilot. You feel powerful and menacing, and you are, but you are also not invincible. A lot of people, including me, were worried about the Titans being too overpowered, but I am happy to report that this is not the case. The balance between pilot and Titan is so perfectly executed. Pilots would be foolish to take on a Titan head-to-head, but using the environments and weapons, a pilot can easily get the upper hand in a fight against an enemy Titan. You can either call in your Titan and pilot it yourself, or let the AI control it for you. It can follow you around and attack any enemies in its wake, or be set to guard a certain position. This also made me wonder why Titanfall didn't make use of the connector smart glass, as I could see how useful it could be to either specifically place where you want your Titan to drop, or telling it to go and guard an area across the map without having to move over there yourself. The 6 Titan weapons are good as well, but some take a bit of understanding on how to use them. But just like the pilots, the Titans have their own abilities as well. The Vortex Shield will catch enemy projectiles to throw back at them, the Particle Wall will block incoming fire but will still allow you to keep shooting, and the Electric Smoke deploys an electrified smoke that can be used to zap enemy players that may be rodeoing you, or help cover a quick escape. The game has 3 different Titan types, each having its own unique core ability that can be activated after waiting a certain amount of time. The Atlas can deal extra damage, the Ogre has a shield boost, and the Strider has an increased number of dashes. Calling down your Titan was also something that I felt that the developers really polished. There is a countdown before you can call down your Titan, but that time can be decreased by killing enemy pilots, AI, or by using burn cards, which are power-ups that players can redeem during a match. The Titan cooldown helps keep the field clear of Titans being constantly called down, but it also forces the player to work for each chance to call in their Titan. And there's nothing quite like hearing when your Titan is ready and watching it drop from orbit. The AI of this game didn't improve since the beta, but there is a reason for that. The AI isn't meant to challenge the player, but to fill the field and help less skilled players at least be helpful during matches. But I will admit a couple of embarrassing moments where I did get killed by an AI unit. There are 5 game modes in Titanfall. Attrition is more than just a team deathmatch. The game implements point values to every kill, be it human or AI controlled, and it tallies it all up at the end for a final score. Last Titan Standing has all 12 pilots starting out in a Titan and has them battling it out. When a team eliminates all the Titans on the enemy team, they earn a point, and the first to 4 victories wins the game. Hardpoint is like a domination mode, Pilot Hunter is more of the team deathmatch for Titanfall, and finally there is Capture the Flag, which can easily be very intense or very frustrating when enemy players make use of Titans to protect a captured flag. But then again, that is how you should play Capture the Flag in Titanfall. At the end of the game there is a brief epilogue sequence that I thought was pretty cool. The losing team attempts to escape via dropship, while the winning team attempts to stop the enemy team from escaping by either killing them all or by destroying the dropship itself. But destroying the dropship is a team effort because you won't be able to take it down alone. you will need the combined efforts of your teammates. During the epilogue, there are no respawns. Titanfall's answer to Call of Duty's prestige system is what's called the generation system. After reaching the level cap of 50, players can reset everything that they've unlocked and become a new generation, with Gen 10 being the highest level. But it is important to note that before cashing in on this, players will need to complete a series of challenges before being allowed to regenerate. This helps make leveling more challenging and exposes players to a whole new different style of gameplay. As a running gunner being forced to play a sniper, I wasn't having the best time, but I understood why the developers did it this way. Things can't be so simple, and it also made me get a whole new feel for the game entirely. Now that I've gone over what makes Titanfall good, it is time to go over the not so good things. The campaign feels very lazily executed. The game essentially alternates between attrition and hardpoint and is basically everything that you would experience in the classic online multiplayer modes. The way Titanfall delivers story is a bit frustrating as voiceovers are heard before every match in the lobby, while you are also adjusting your loadouts or talking to other players, so a lot of that voiceover can actually be missed. But also during matches more dialogue is given while you are also focusing on firing at enemy players or avoiding being shot at. The point being that players have no time to focus on what is going on, and by the end of the 9 levels, I couldn't tell you what the story was even about. I also was a bit disappointed at the outcomes of each individual level. It didn't matter which side won because the outcome was still the same. If the militia is attempting to destroy a ship in orbit, it didn't matter if the IMC was able to defeat them, the ship was still destroyed. It just feels lazy and makes the player feel like they just wasted their time, since no matter if they won or not, the end was still the same. There are no private lobbies for you to have a fun match against your friends, no ability to rename specific loadouts, and no Titan customization where I could actually change the look of my Titan. And I was also a bit surprised that the game wouldn't let me review the personal stats of other players, something that I felt a competitive game like this should have. There is also only 5 game modes. I was a bit disappointed that there wasn't a free-for-all mode where all the AI grunts and specters were removed, and it just has 12 players and their Titans fighting it out. There's no King of the Hill style game type or anything, it is just the 5 game types presented to you. Respawn also teased how wildlife were going to be a wild card in some maps, but alien life only appears in 2 maps and there are only 2 different types of aliens. One will walk around in the background that you cannot even interact with, and the other will only attack grunts. You can attack them and even kill them, but they will just run away. I would have liked a map where aliens will actually attack you and your Titan even while needing to fight off enemy players. There are some technical issues as well with screen tearing and frame rate drops, but none are actually game breaking. Titanfall isn't flawless. The things that are wrong with it don't compare to the many positives that this game has. It's addicting, innovative, and fun. Don't let the negatives scare you away. This game is incredible and needs to be experienced by almost everyone, especially fans of first-person shooters. Titanfall isn't the Call of Duty killer that many thought that it would be, and it may have been a bit overhyped to me, but it is still the most fun I've had in a first-person shooter in a while, and it also is the best game that I've played in 2014 so far. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.